Welcome to the Industry Insider, brought to you by PromoCorner. Each week, promotional product professionals Meg Erber, Jeff Franklin, and Stephen McFadden, along with special guests, will discuss industry news, trends, and events with a focus on educating the promotional products industry. The Industry Insider, the nerdy news you need to know.
Welcome back to yet another exciting episode of the Industry Insider, your promotional products podcast where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin, National Accounts Manager with Headwear USA, and I'm joined today by two other lovely folks. But before we get to them, we got to tell you about our fine sponsors for today. Our good friends over at Brentwood Line, specializing in chairs, coolers, backpacks, and blankets. A well-respected supplier known not only for their high-quality products, but also for their customer service. Brentwood Line values and appreciates its customers to the greatest extent, and they want to make sure that your expectations are met. Be sure to head over to brentwoodline.com to check out the latest and greatest products for all of your outdoor needs. Tell them that the Industry Insider sent you. Maybe that little German Shepherd there can give you a recommendation or two as well. What do you think?
Cutie. We thought it was
Steven, who's our guest? Who's our third guest down there? I didn't know we had another one.
This is Lupin. He's the new German Shepherd puppy that we have, and also our office dog. Who likes to eat my fingers, apparently.
Is this the new podcast mascot?
Sure, let's go with it.
We gotta get his photo and our logo.
There you go.
Just like peeking up from the side or something like that. Yeah.
Meg Erber, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. This is a pre-recorded episode, but we just went out last night. It was VJ's birthday. We went to Nobu in Atlantic City. And it is amazing. Like, I haven't been in years because one's in New York, one's in San Diego. But I was a fake sushi eater until I went to Nobu, and now, man, so good.
You were a fake sushi eater until you went to Nobu.
Yeah, and now I just like all the sushi, so it's good.
Oh, okay.
Highly recommend. I'm glad it's an AC because now you can it's another place that you can take our customers when we're there for Promotions East.
Very cool. Well, happy birthday to VJ.
All right, I'll let him know.
All right. So, Steven, other than Lupo there, what else is going on? How are you?
It's crazy. It is just
Lupin.
busy.
It was Lupin, right? I said
Lupo.
Lupin.
Yeah, it's okay. And that's a little nickname. So yeah, it's wild and crazy. It feels like spring, which I'm happy to be in shorts and a polo for the first time. It feels like since I don't know, been a while. I'm excited.
Brother,
nice.
It was 81 degrees here yesterday. It was awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah.
So now it's going to be in the 30s this weekend, so that's fun.
Yep, we were getting that too. Not quite that low, but it'll eventually get consistently warmer, which will be nice. So
yeah. And I thought it was supposed to be 6 weeks of winter. Sorry, it's been pretty nice. It's got So
don't jinx it, Meg. Don't jinx it.
I know. Well, we're supposed to get snow on Saturday, so it's already.
Here comes the 4-foot blizzard. Thanks, Meg.
Yeah. Well, you and Poxitani can just go take that.
Well, listen, we've got a really cool broadcast, a really exciting episode, I think. We're going to talk about ChatGPT and sort of the effects that it has on our industry and, the possible uses for it. So since we don't have a special guest this week, why don't we ask Meg Erber, who you are and what you've been up to since you got started in the promotional products industry, maybe how you got started. I don't know that we've ever actually done this for ourselves. So we're going to go with you today, Meg.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
You have done it once, and you guys did it to me. Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember how many dozens of episodes or hundreds of episodes ago that was, but I do remember being asked this once. So it is definitely Meg's turn.
Okay.
Yeah, take it away, Meg.
Well, let's see. Back in the day when I was faxing orders in, no, just kidding. When I got out of the Navy, I went to school. I was in school. I was going through a divorce, so I came home. I came back home and I answered an ad on Monster.com. And next thing I know, I'm a distributor for Gimmies.com. I had their very first sale. It was the Sizzle pen from Souvenir Line. I don't know if you remember Souvenir Line. No, it was Norway.
I remember Souvenir Line, but what's the Sizzle pen?
I don't even know. It was just a cheap pen. I don't know. Before I knew anything. And then I took them to fastest growing distributor 2 years in a row, won some awards. It was great. Then 2009, when everything was kind of feeling the shift, I had gone to Jetline. I was at Jetline for many, many years. And then I started my own business. I was doing that for a couple of years. And then here I am. I've been at SNS now for 7 years. Love this place. It's home.
Well, that's not the full
You know?
resume, Meg, because I met you when you were somewhere else. But if you don't want to give them the plug, it's fine. I get it. It's all good.
I mean, I was on the board for CPPA. I'm pretty sure that's when I met you. So yeah, and I'm on the Promo Cares board. I'm the co-chair for Promotions East Committee, and I feel like I'm always doing something. But brown belt in jiu-jitsu, yogi, got a couple dogs, a cat, house full of kids. Yeah, that's
literally
about
a house full of kids. You got the Brady Bunch over there.
I know.
For anybody that doesn't know.
Oh,
all right, well, let's launch into ChatGPT. Meg, was this originally your idea for this episode?
Of course it was.
Right? Yeah. So what exactly is ChatGPT? ChatGPT. Do we want to ask itself what it is?
I was gonna say, why doesn't it talk for itself? Isn't that what we're?
Well, we can, but it's going to give a really long. I think we are going to interview it, but just to give a quick, because I know if you ask it, it's not going to tell you exactly like what the terms mean. So ChatGPT means Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer, and it was actually launched in November of 2022. And it's built on top of OpenAI's GPT-3 family of large language models. But basically, it's just like it's like a Grammarly. It's like a calculator with words. So now, I don't know if you want to ask it now, but that's basically what it is. So
yeah, we certainly can. Why not?
Okay.
So we'll pull that up. And for those of you that don't know, here, I'll put the banner down here for the website that we're currently on. But then we've got a link a little bit later that I'll put in that banner that gives you sort of, what did you say, Meg? It was the top 8 or 15?
So there's some master AI tools for anyone who's looking for more information. We just want to make sure we can give you the resources. So it's a Twitter thread. Okay. So if you're on Twitter, it's a whole thread, and each piece is just a different resource. So 18 free resources on AI and ChatGPT to get you started, and bookmark it. So we'll show that later. Talk about it later.
Very cool. All right. So I've got the question down here. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And then ChatGPT does its thing.
Yeah, this is really interesting. We did these ahead of time. Obviously, we didn't want it to come out with anything that was going to be insulting or scary or whatever. So we did check them. And then what was really neat was that we asked the same questions twice to see if we would get the same answers. We don't. So we're doing what we can, and fingers crossed that we don't insult anybody, I guess, or what. So what does it say, Steven or Jeff? We can't read it.
Yes, it says, hello, I'm ChatGPT, a language model created by OpenAI. I am designed to understand and generate human-like language based on the input provided to me. I have been trained on a massive data set of text from various sources, including books, articles, and websites, and can therefore provide information on a wide range of topics. As an AI language model, I don't have a physical body or emotions, but I'm here to help answer your questions and provide information to the best of my abilities. I can assist with a variety of tasks, from answering simple factual questions to engaging in more complex conversations on a wide range of topics.
So first off, I'm going to call lies, because we all asked who was the best, and it said it wouldn't choose. And then we said who has the best hair, it also wouldn't choose. So it's lying.
How is that lying?
Because clearly I have the best hair.
No, but it says answering simple, factual questions, Meg.
Yeah, it also can't lie. So that's why I didn't want to answer that question. It might have looked at Jeff's beard and given him the win. So
although it doesn't have a physical body or emotions, it also doesn't want to hurt your emotions, Meg. So,
it's true.
And
so now, I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention, why Meg thought this was such a good idea as well. We're, for those of that haven't been on social media recently, whether it be, I don't know, you name the platform, people are using ChatGPT in their work, at their school. It seems like in every facet of their life, there's people that have tried to use it in it. And so we were like, does it work for promo? Like, is there any application here? So I know we've all talked about some of the questions we're going to ask it, and we were surprised by some of the answers. I'm not going to lie. I think we all were kind of shocked by some of it, and good and bad. Meg did mention about the duplicate question thing, and that's something that's, I think, good to know. It uses all the data that's been put into it. I think it's pre-21, if I'm not mistaken, but it also uses cadences and other questions that are being asked and how it should most appropriately answer. So there's going to be some variable data in how it answers using different language. So we all, I think, asked at some point like top 10 products just to see, and for different things, and we got different answers based on I don't know why, just because it was different, random, just being random. So that's interesting, because I always assumed a program input output, right? But this is now a thinking input output. So
a little scary.
So do we want to jump?
Actually, speaking of scary, did you guys did you hear the recent news just the other day about the one that Bing put out?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's lots of things on that one. That's interesting.
Yeah, they put it up and then took it down pretty quickly because
it wants to be human.
It wants to be human, and it wants you. It's madly in love with you and wants you to divorce your wife. Essentially,
is this the Bing one, or which one was this?
One,
yeah, I did hear that. Sorry, I thought you said something else. Yeah, I did hear that actually. Yeah, because I tried to get on it and it was like, nope, beta, but not for you.
AI is scary.
It is.
So do we want to do we want to kind of show folks some of the questions that we asked it and have it walk us through the promo side of things?
I think that would be good, and see how it could be used as applications. And I think what some people are worried about is having this replace people in the industry, right? I don't think we really have to worry about that. I think the only people that need to be worried are the order takers, the ones that are just transactional distributors, transactional suppliers that have no creativity at all. And that's not really a lot of us. I feel like everybody, if you made it through COVID, are you looking for somebody?
No.
Yeah.
Oh. You heard noise in the background. It might have been AI coming
out. I don't think this is going to replace the salesperson. I don't think this is going to replace the graphic designer. I don't think this is going to replace anybody. I think unless you're just transactional and you're worried about the end user going and doing it and finding all their ideas, it's not.
What's I don't want to go crazy like down the road here, but I mean, we've seen how AI has been able to be used for booking appointments and things like that. Have you seen those where like the hairstylist place can be set up with an AI robot to accept your appointment, to offer you dates of availability, to book it? So you could call into places, or you can have AI call for you and order pizza. Right. So
I heard that. I listened to them doing it.
I know I'm skipping to the end here, but I wonder what the next step is, right? If we can get something to have a dialogue with somebody and come up with answers, it's like, okay, so do you want to move forward with option 3, which was a stainless steel tumbler, or, whatever. And it's like, okay, I'll send you this. And so who knows?
It would be like the 4 imprints of the worlds, right?
It could be an
highly transactional
AI call center that will come up with ideas, that will come up with, it's like,
I see a business idea brewing, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So anywho, all right, go ahead, jump into it. I didn't mean to like have a eureka moment here, but
oh, good. So the first question we decided we wanted to ask was, how do you see ChatGPT will affect or impact the promotional products industry? So why don't we just hit that and see what pops up here? And we kind of jumped through all these prior, but want to see how close the answers are from time to time, right?
You want me to read this one here?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it reiterates about being a language model, but it says one potential impact is that AI-powered language model like ChatGPT can be used to analyze large amounts of data related to the customer behavior and preferences. So this information could then be used to inform marketing strategies and promotional product designs that are more likely to appeal to specific target audiences. Additionally, chatbots and virtual assistants powered by AI language models like ChatGPT can be used to provide personalized customer service and support, improving the overall customer experience. For example, a chatbot could help customers select the right promotional product for their needs, answer questions about promotional product features, and even provide recommendations based on previous purchases or browsing history. Overall, while it'd be difficult to predict exactly how the promotional products industry will be impacted by AI language models and ChatGPT, there's potential for these technologies to provide new opportunities for businesses to engage with customers and improve the effectiveness of their marketing efforts, which actually is, now that I say it out loud, was kind of what I was just saying. So, except they probably said it first. So
I mean, 2001. So
yeah.
I mean, I could kind of see, like, if you're able to sort of, I guess, limit the data set that it's using, you could almost see this maybe replace people that are doing like Zendesk and things like that, for quick customer support answers. But You'd really have to limit, based on the data that it's pulling from, or be able to fine tune it. But I don't know how exactly that would even work.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we had the most fun with this when we were pulling questions from the Promotional Products Professionals Facebook group. Do we have enough answered about like what it is and what the impact would be? Is there anything else that we need to ask before we can dive into that? Because I feel like that was like the best, like coming up with solutions. I mean,
so
what we're talking about.
I do think it's important to note we asked it several questions with different parameters and data sets. So like I know when we were playing with it originally, we started with the obvious, like what are the top promotional products, right? And it gave us some categories of things. And then we started getting really specific and saying, I need $10 gift idea, $10 gift ideas for people in the construction industry that can be branded, right? And we posted that on there, and it came up with some suggestions. But then we were like, all right, let's get really specific. Let's go grab people's, actual requests for actual prompts and questions. And so we did, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't half bad.
No, I think it was pretty good.
It was pretty good, actually. But
before
so
we
you
get
were,
to that, Jeff,
you were talking about the specific data sets, and we were interested like where that information is coming from, because obviously we all work in the $25 billion business that nobody knows about. So I wanted to know if ChatGPT knew about it. So here's a question for ChatGPT. How many impressions do you get with a single hat? So ChatGPT basically does the research. The number of impressions of a single hat can generate depend on various factors, including the visibility of the hat, the design, the messaging on the hat, and the context in which it's worn. In general, promotional products like hats are often worn in public settings, such as an event or at an everyday life, which can increase their visibility and potential for generating impressions. Additionally, hats with eye-catching designs or messages that is relevant and memorable to the target audience may be more likely to catch people's attention and leave a lasting impression. While it's difficult to estimate the exact number of impressions that a single hat can generate, studies that have shown that promotional products generally have a higher rate of or recall and can be an effective way to increase awareness and recognition. According to a study by ASI, hats are among the top 10 most popular promotional products in the United States, and 85% of people who receive promotional headwear can recall the advertiser's name. So it's definitely pulling from information, but that's a different answer from the last time.
Yeah, it is.
It actually did pull from ASI's impression studies the last time and told us it was like 3,136 impressions. And so when we asked the follow-up question, tell us the top 5 products or product categories in promotional products based on the number of impressions, and it actually skipped over headwear. Because we just asked the question, how many impressions does Headwear give you?
It's learning, Jeff. It's learning.
It's going to learn today, let me tell you.
Learn you some hat impressions.
It's learning.
It was actually listening to our conversation and realized it effed up. And it took. That's why this question, the answer is different now.
It is different.
It's different, and that's why, because it realizes it effed up. We called it out.
Oh wow, that's scary. Okay.
I feel like we need to give ChatGPT like an actual name. Like we should call him Tom or something.
Call him Tom. Ask him if he'd like to be called Tom.
Yeah. All right. Like, what would you like your name to be?
A name. What would it be?
Let's
just get into the woods here real quick.
The woods.
Which is the kind of fun you can have.
As an AI language model, I don't have personal preference for a name, and I'm not capable of having personal preference or emotions. However, if you'd like to give me a name for ease or reference or more personal interaction, you're welcome to do so. So let's name it something.
I feel like it should be like Chad the chatbot.
You can name it Swag.
Swagbot? Swag AI? Industry AI.
I like Chad or Tom or something like that.
Name Chad. It. Call it. We want your name from now on to be Jeff is the best, and so that way it just has to say that. Okay.
Say it. Jeff is the best. All right, fine. Meg is the best.
Meg's hair.
I'll take it.
Call it Meg's hair.
Your new name is Meg's hair.
I mean, this is really interesting. I mean, I feel bad for people that are listening to the audio because it's not going to be as fun.
No response.
It's right now it's stumped. I think we broke ChatGPT.
Okay. All right, so that's scary. We did not anticipate stumping the ChatGPT.
Oh wait, here we go. Thanks for giving me a name.
However.
All right.
All right, let's pull some of those questions. While it's thinking, while it's trying to come up with a nice, polite answer, I don't have a physical body or any hair. So Meg's hair
might not be the most appropriate name. Well, we tried to get you to give us a name to call you, but you just wouldn't do it.
Nonetheless, I will continue to assist you with any questions. Okay.
It's
right, that was actually hilarious.
Okay, so let's pull some of those questions from the promotional products group, because I think these are actual questions that can be asked to the ChatGPT for answers, for it to be strategic, to have another basically, instead of doing the Googling, this is kind of doing all the Googling, and Googling as a verb.
And when we say Googling, we mean going to the Promotional Products Professionals website or Facebook page and posting your questions there, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, because this is where we pulled it from. So what do we have for the first one?
Yeah, Meg, do you want to ask the first
shipping
question?
one? Do the shipping one.
There was one. Hold on, I have the full screen up because I couldn't see it.
How important is?
We want to talk about the one from Nanette?
Not yet. Let's do the free shipping one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
so free shipping. How important is free shipping to your clients? So this question was a very broad question. It was proposed in the Promotional Products Professionals group. And then there's a lot of people who had their personal opinions. So I was like, all right, well, I have my own personal opinion. We've all tackled this topic on the Industry Insider. I wanted to ask and see what it came up with. And while it's doing that, I'll just talk about the answer that I had gotten. And I actually had posted in the group, but it basically says, hey, free shipping is really important to clients, especially in today's highly competitive e-commerce landscape. Many customers have come to expect the free shipping as a standard as part of their online shopping experience, and not offering it can sometimes lead to a lower conversation rate and abandoned carts. So basically seems like it's the same so far. I didn't have that 40%.
Yeah, 47% of shoppers said that free shipping was the most important factor when making an online purchase.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I get really mad when I have to pay for shipping, and then I'll go look for it elsewhere and see if it is for free.
Here's the thing. We all realize that free shipping is not free.
I know.
So,
but it also, me going to Target is time, gas, could get sex trafficked. I mean, all of it could happen. And so if I can just order it online, none of that's even a possibility.
I would argue to say that this is a response specifically related to online shopping. Mm-hmm. And my personal opinion is promo is most effectively when it's not specifically only an online shopping model. So, I mean, I think that if you agency yourself out, there has to be some sort of interaction, communication, dialogue, right? That goes beyond just the web purchasing. If you set yourself up as just a web platform, you might be now in the same ballpark as all the rest of the people doing online shopping. And the expectation of free shipping now is burdened on you, right? Where if that's not my focus, well, I can charge you shipping because I'm not an online platform like Amazon. I'm a marketing agency, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's important, but if you're not in the same business or in the same world as these other people, maybe you won't be compared. I don't know. It's kind of a nuanced question.
I know. And it's tough for someone like us. It's like when we go into these big customers, like, why would you use our competitors over us? And the first thing that comes out of their mouth isn't price. It's, they offer me free shipping. It's literally the first thing that comes out of their mouths. Mm-hmm. So, all right.
So what's the next one we want to dive into with
Nanette?
We actually chose the same one.
Yeah.
I know Nanette. She's awesome, and she had a really good specific question that I thought met our criteria for what we wanted to throw into ChatGPT. Do you want to read the question, Meg? Can you read it?
Yeah, sure. So she wrote, "Hi all, I have an educator conference pre-K-12 that we are working on and need ideas. They need a luncheon table gift for 5,500 attendees, gift price $250 to $5 each. We're already providing t-shirts, bags, lanyards, and name badges with registration. They just came back with this general request. Any thoughts? Thanks in advance." So all I did was just take out like hi all and thanks in advance, and she'd.
I'd throw that in there. Because it can sift through.
Yeah.
That's good.
I already did it. Sorry.
Yeah. So I actually posted it in there. Sorry, just to give her those ideas, and I thought it was really neat. But yeah, go ahead, Jeff. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, like, with the response that this is going to give us, I think it's going to give people a good idea or an indication of how to really use this to their advantage. I mean, I think when it's like when you've got writer's block, and you just need that first idea. This isn't going to tell you exactly what to pick, but it's going to give you some pretty good indicators as to some direction you could go in. You're still going to have to use your own expertise or the other tools that are at your disposal. This isn't just going to answer or do everything.
I do like how when we write these questions to it, it responds as if it's in like 9th grade, where it has to repeat the question to you very clearly first, which I actually like.
I mean, too.
Because it's like, okay, it understood what I was asking, but I don't know if you guys have done this or not yet, but you can actually say, well, actually, do you have any more ideas? They can't have drinkware. Like, you can continue on, make it more detailed, more refined. Any other ideas? They can't have tech, and
it's all about the prompts.
You can keep drilling it in more, but this is great. I mean,
what I like about this is it not only gives you this, like, okay, I'm saying drinkware, and this is why.
This is why,
yeah, and it gives you why they're choosing those solutions to your request, which I really love, because maybe like why stress balls, but then, hey, that makes a lot of sense. If you go, we know where to get the good stress balls.
Remember to include the conference logo or theme on the gift to create a lasting impression for the attendees. And even added that at the end of the thing.
That's really cool. That is really
so
cool.
It's basically bullet pointing some responses as to what should be or what would be a good gift in that price range. So, like you guys said, drinkware, and then it says to further go into detail for those that can't see the screen. Consider offering attendees a reusable water bottle or coffee mug with the conference logo or a motivational quote related to education. Tech accessories. Consider providing items such as phone stands, USB chargers, screen cleaners, or earbuds with a small case. So, again, I don't know how much, information this is actually pulling from the web or from the databases that it has, but, like, can you get earbuds with a small case for under $5? Like, is that a thing? You can?
Yep. They probably won't work very well, but yeah.
So desk accessories, items such as notepads, sticky notes, pens, highlighters, and clipboards can be useful for educators. So, it's literally taking these criteria that you give it, and it's going to, as good as the data is going into the question, is going to better give you a result.
Refined,
so be specific and, be, very pointed about the question that you're asking, but pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions you guys want to ask it before we roll out?
No, I think it's just important to, like, hey, this isn't something to be afraid of, right? I mean, we're talking and kidding around about it, but just think this as like an extension of your abilities, like another resource center. Speaking of resources, actually, that thread, let's pop that thread up there that I was talking about earlier, because it's a thread on Twitter, and the first thread underneath the thread is my top favorite AI tools. I can't speak. 8.
Yes, it was a really long URL. So Meg was kind enough to put it into a tiny URL for us. So it's tinyurl.com/industry AI. For those that can't see it, go ahead and plug that in. It'll basically link to, it was a Twitter, right?
It was a Twitter thread. Yep.
Yep. So it has a whole bunch of different assets that you can use that are related to ChatGPT and how to use it, I guess, right, Meg?
Yep. So it has basically their master AI tools now, and it'll be miles ahead. Here are the top 18 free resources on AI and ChatGPT to get you started. And it says bookmark it for reference. But the 8 most practical AI apps to enhance your life, this ChatGPT was the number one practical app, which is really cool. I think the one that I'm also using is Discord, and where I think this is going to be super popular for our industry, maybe on the graphic design side, is through prompts, like imagine / prompt. And then you put in what you're looking for. You're like, I'm trying to design a logo with, you could just say what you want, and then within like seconds, maybe a minute, something beautifully designed comes up, and it gives you 4 different options. And then if you like the first one, but you're like, oh, I like that, but let's add a sunset, you can just add variations, and it keeps on creating these different models. It's just interesting. We're just skimming the surface of this, and I'd like to see where this ends up. I'd like to hear what people think, if they think this is going to be disruptive to the industry or beneficial. Let us know. I think, this is just our perspective. This isn't the word of God, but I'd like to hear what everyone else thinks.
I think doing a recap, even 6 months to a year for now on this to see how people have started to implement it. I know one piece that we kind of brushed over, like you said, there's so much you can dive into in this. A lot of these are now able to write code, and there's lots of API integrations with web stores and different platforms. And I wonder if this will speed the process up of writing the code to generate these APIs. So now your CRM at your buying group or whatever, or your company can now integrate with, shipping platforms or, managing tools for that and website services. So who knows what this can create when you take the human element of time out of it and it becomes really efficient.
I feel like I read or heard that it is actually capable of writing code.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, people I've heard stories of people actually giving it, criteria for writing a script, like a movie script or a play script.
Yeah.
And it's completely giving you an entire script, background, like character background, dialogue, all of that good stuff. So it's really, really interesting for that kind of stuff. So where do you see, other than what we've talked about so far, like, is there anything else you guys see this being used for in the promotional product space?
I just pulled up the top 20 jobs that'll be replaced by AI. We're not on there. But data entry clerks.
Hey, that's the benefit to being a $25 billion industry that nobody knows about.
There you go.
They just don't think to replace us.
A lot of this is data, but market researchers, which I can definitely see. I can definitely see that. This actually says manufacturing workers.
Well, yeah.
Robotics and automation.
Happening. Think about it. Robotics are taking over a lot of that.
And I know we want to wrap this up, but I was just at our national sales meeting in San Antonio this year, and they told us about some of the really cool stuff that we're doing moving forward. And there's going to be robots on the warehouse floor on pulling stuff. I was like blown away. I know. No, it's like, yeah.
There you go.
You gotta name the robot Meg's hair, though.
Meg's hair, though. All right, we'll tell him. You hear that, SNS? Yeah. Meg's hair.
Yeah, Meg's hair. That's gotta be his hair.
There you go.
I was like, there's no way this is gonna work. There's no way. But it's like the error rate is less than the human error rate. So we'll say, let us know when you get your T-shirt from the robot.
Yep. All right. Well, look, if you guys don't have anything else to add, I just want to tell you our fine sponsors for today was Brentwood Line. They specialize in chairs, coolers, backpacks, and blankets, not robots, not AI. But they are a well-respected supplier, not known for just their high-quality products, but also known for their customer service. Brentwood Line values and appreciates its customers to the greatest extent, and they want to make sure that your expectations are met. So be sure to head on over to Brentwood Line and check them out on the latest and greatest products for all your outdoor needs. Tell them the Industry Insider sent you, and you should also mention Meg's hair. Why not? All right, guys. Until next time. Yeah, promo code Meg's hair. All right, take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of PromoCorner's Industry Insider. For more great content from industry thought leaders, including podcasts, blogs, and videos, visit PromoCorner.com.